Hello and welcome to Countryside Knitting. My name is Merete, and today I will have this episode out to you in the way that we many times have to do. We are two in this podcast, and because of the bad weather we are not able to record this together as we did in the days between Christmas and New Year's Eve. We come to you from Norway, from the west coast of the south, and we have rather bad weather with it's a storm and it is raining, and Janne could not come to me today. And because it is January, daylight is not very much at all. So I have tried to get the best out of the light inside and outside, and I can see it is not the best, but this is the best I can do. If I had a television studio I would do it better, but I don't. We are a channel that has a lot of knitting, some crochet, and we knit and make a lot because we love it, and we are rather quick and we notorious maybe. Today I have something to show you that is finished, something that I am working on, and I have a couple of cardigans to show, because when we are and Happy New Year I forgot to say Happy New Year. I have started this year with fixing a little bit of those things that I has considered to be finished, because I like to do things quickly and then go on to something else, and sometimes I don't do everything as good as I should. So like for instance my cardigans. Today I am wearing my fana, one of them, and I have set in sleeves. I cut and sew them into here. That is something I don't do as much now, because I have done a lot of knitting top down, and with a yoke that is where you increase in a round, and sometimes I will show you. So because I had this, I was wearing this in not the last but before there again episode, and I want to change, but this is one of my favorites, so this is the one I have. One of the cardigans I thought I would wear this today. This is the flea cardigan by the needle lady, Pinneguri. it's one of my first, it's the first top-down cardigans I have made. I love the colors. It is Finull and PT2 Norwegian wool. It was inspired by my garden in the autumn that year. And when I show you the front, you may see what is the problem. The button bands, and they are not as it is described in the pattern, because then it's in the pattern it tells you to pick up this way and knit, like I have done here, for instance. But I did another way that we usually, or I have done in another lots of patterns, that I have some extra stitches that I put on a needle or thread, and then I knit this way. I knit also for the a kind of a rib, not a rib, but like a ribbon, yeah. The problem is I didn't make those exactly as long, the same length. So here it's a bit, I had to stretch it, or is it this? And the buttons are not placed with the same distance between. There are some stupid mistakes. Now the problem for me is that this yarn is discontinued. I don't have any more of this, but I hope if I if I'm very carefully take this back, I can use the same yarn. I hope I don't ruin the yarn. And then I should be able to, or I could make this back here in another, something rather similar, or a contrast color. That would also be great. But I need to do something with this. I also need to do something with this, and that is to have buttons. This is Bøvertun from Kofteboken #1. I think I'll show you the back, it's easier. Janne helped me, because what I had done there was, when I picked up stitches for the button bands, I didn't make sure I had the same amount on every side. So when I had the buttons on, the pattern didn't meet that. That is not very nice. So Janne did some surgery. I took the buttons off, and she helped me. So now that's a good thing now. The problem is that this is very long, and it has the shape like this. And I mean, I am not like this. So when this cardigan goes rather long, far down, I will never be able to knit to have those buttons. It will look very funny, stupid. Yeah. So I think maybe I'll just look through my buttons and have just maybe buttons down to here. I have to think about this. And if I wear it without buttons, it's a little bit open, so it is not very nice on me. Another thing that I'm going to do is to have these buttons. This is Trudelutt by Pinneguri. I knitted it in very festive colors, so it is almost like a Christmas cardigan, even though it didn't have to be. Look at all this. I mean, stranded knitting all over, and these flowers placed here and there, and the pattern said you can place them wherever you want. The problem here is my buttons are too heavy, not pretty and not very functional. I have to take those off. I will stop using those buttons. They are too heavy for everything, I think. The next thing is, in the pattern there was no short row in the neck. Maybe I didn't have to, but I thought I will have a short row. And I thought, how do you do that? And I was thinking, isn't it, or is it? And then I didn't check. I mean, that is so stupid, because I did the opposite. So I have a little, like a bump. I mean, that is not very nice. My long hair would cover it if it's loose, like today. But this is ridiculous. And I think I knitted this from down and up, so this is very easy to. I can just rip it back and do this And I also had too many stitches picked up here in the front, so I would make that more narrow and it will fit better. Yeah, so that is something I'm going to do. And this is not only a thing I say, because I have started to kind of fix and repair my cardigans. So here is another flea cardigan with new buttons. The old ones, the heavy ones, the same as the other one here, they are gone, and now this is the new plastic. Fantastic. They are so much better and neutral and nice. So I have done this one, and I have even had the buttons in my festive yoke cardigan that I knitted in a hurry, or just because I was so inspired. This is a Skander design, and now it has buttons. So all my buttons, not all, but a lot of them are now in front of me, and I can take a look and change what I need to change. It's a little bit boring, that's the problem. That was my cardigans. Something else that I have done, I think I'll just do my stuff and then Janne will do her afterwards. I have finished Hansel Hap, the Shetland Trader. That is a Gudrun Johnston design. I think this is the third time I make this shawl, and I made it a little bit bigger than the pattern says. This is thin lamb's wool from Rauma. I hope you can see the color. It's a kind of a black lilac thing. And then I have some other more bright colors. And at the end, a lace that took me forever. So this would have been finished a long time ago if it wasn't for the lace. It is very nice, but it's a little bit, the yarn is dark and my eyes are not as good as they were, so I thought it was a little bit hard and a little bit boring, and I could never learn this by heart. I usually do that when I knit shawls. I kind of, I memorize, but this one, no. But I really like the shawl. I knitted it a little bit bigger than the pattern says, and then I had a problem when I started this. This part I didn't have the right amount. It didn't turn out well with the pattern, so I just had to increase, and that is, you may see it, but that's okay. So it's big, but it's thin. I can use it this way or like a scarf. I very often use it like this. Yeah, the weather today would be a typical weather for a shawl like this. I have another shawl. I have actually, I am not going to tell you how many things I knitted from this and that kind of sock, mittens and so on, because I think it's almost like embarrassing that I knit so much. So if you want to know, you can look at my challenge on the Ravelry. But I'm not going to count and so on. But I have made many shawls, and this is another one. This is Brenneri Sjalet. It is this kind of very simple design or a pattern from Yvonne that has Kaffebrenneriet, where I make only Norwegian episodes. And I added a crochet that is not exactly what she has as a suggestion, but I really like this one. This is a merino polyester yarn that I bought in Germany or Poland. It was when I was visiting both countries, I'm not sure. A little bit too much polyester for my taste, but it's really soft and nice. But I haven't blocked it, so it will grow, I hope, or merino will grow, so it will be a little bit different when I have washed it. I made it in the autumn, and but the crochet I did today. So I'm kind of in a mood for finishing things and fixing, and yeah, that's very good. I like that. Something else that I'm working on is Anne Kjerstin Hegdal. She's a Norwegian designer rather close to me. I have also had her as a guest, but that was also only in Norwegian. She has a lot of cardigans especially. and we have a knit along in Norwegian for her patterns and Wenche Roald, but they have mostly Norwegian patterns, so we do that in Norwegian. This is going to be Drømmefanger, that would be a dream catcher. I guess you can see the dream catcher. It's very thick yarn, and this is the back. I'm going to stick. I just have to finish the neckline. I'm going to pick up the stitches and finish it. I have stranded knitting almost all the way. Just some stripes with the burgundy. It's going to be a thick and very nice cardigan, and look at those beautiful colors, if it's possible to see in this bad light. They are rather close, so it's like a Fair Isle inspired way of putting colors together. 9 colors I used here, so I had quite some work to choose the right color because they are rather close. This is Varde from Hillesvåg. That's a pelt wool, and it is fantastic. Strong and soft and with a little bit of a halo. That is very nice, and I'm very happy I'm going to make it a cardigan. Because then I can wear it. It will be very warm. Something else. Oh, I forgot to mention something that I had finished. It was behind me. I didn't see it. I do some test knitting for Sofia Kommerborn, and I think this is the first thing I test knitted for her. This is Musikant. It's a mitt from April. I made it in many colors, and then I think this was the 4th color I started, and then I just knitted something else. So I made one, but now I have made the other one because it should be 2. So I have finished this also. I am in a kind of a finishing mood, yes. Really lovely finull from Rauma. Where I live there is a lot of kind of in between, not very cold winters, so I can use these. I also work on a couple of mittens from Janne's design. Her designs are mostly in Norwegian. There are a couple of, we have some in the Patreon page, but that was maybe not mitten. Was that hat? Oh, I cannot remember right now. But this is bakrose. It's a kind of a rose pattern. A lot of details all the way down in the cuff, and this is the other part of the cuff. I have put aside stitches for the thumb, so but this is a concentration work, and PT2 and finull, big contrast, high contrast. I think that's the best. When the pattern is so detailed, I will really enjoy to see the pattern very clearly. Another thing that I am making is cardigan from Petite Knit. Petite Knit is all over the place, and sometimes when things are very popular, I don't want to. I want to do other things, but I have to try, because I tried a couple of cardigans in Kaffebrenneriet, where I do the Norwegian podcasts, and it was so lovely. It wasn't exactly this, but it was rather close, and this is Novi's cardigan mohair edition. I'm going to make it without mohair, because that was the yarn I already had. These are, this is my color. It looks like one color. It's burgundy. That's the color for the time now. At the time, prepositions. I use Cashmerette Gold from Mondial and Cloud from Du Store Alpaca. This is Cashmerette and Merino. This is a blend of different things, a little bit of alpaca also. And held together it makes a very nice burgundy. A lot of stitches right now. I'm going to split into sleeves. A couple of centimeters now, and I'll do that. No hurry. I knit flat. I mean, that never happens, but now it happened. It's boring, but I'll try it. The pattern says so, and I'll try it. Another thing that I am working on is crochet. There are a couple of small girls, not babies anymore, but I wanted to give them something, and when I have been really slow getting started, so I thought when I have been waiting so long, I have to make something a little bit big. So granny squares, I really love granny squares. Sometimes I can hear people talk about crochet and say crochet is more than granny squares. Yes, I know, just I love granny squares. And then I can play with colors. For one of those girls, I asked the mother. I could have asked the father. I thought, why didn't I ask the father what kind of colors would you like? So typical to ask the mother. The mother said I would like colors, not very sweet, but colors. So this is, I just sew it together as I go. It is not finished. Playful and funny to knit, to crochet. It's a really inspiring. I mean, this would be kind of inspiring to play, to kind of energy. So I'm working on it. It's going to be a little bit bigger. It's not that much left. I think the girl now is 1.5 years old. And another girl, the same age, I asked the mother, again I asked the mother, about colors, and she said the opposite. She would like soft colors. And so when I make squares, I do it, so I make some with strong colors, I play with the colors, and then I just try to calm down with these colors. So, and with the light green as the kind of the dominant color that would be around every square. And I have some without. So when I do this, I just have a lot of yarn around me. I crochet a little bit, we put it away. These are almost finished, yeah, but sometimes I stop with the first and I think, what do I need now? And I look what I have. So it's a chaos, and then at the end it will be a blanket. It's kind of scrap yarn, but not exactly. I mean, scrap yarn to me, that is like in this. I have from other projects. That's a kind of scrap yarn. Scrap is a bad word. But I also have, when I have my yarn in bags like this, I can see through. Here I can, there are a lot of 100 meters per 50 grams. From different mills, and cheap and more expensive, but they are superwash. Not all of these are superwash, but I prefer the superwash for the baby blanket, for the child's blanket. And I have made patterns, blankets like this before, just I had another system. This is the one I think I made most recently, with flowers. And I knit, oh, something has happened. There is, it has broken. That was a very nice thing to find out. Now I will have to fix it. I was going to say, when I knit and crochet, especially knit a lot, it's in the closet most of the time, a lot of it. But blankets, I think blankets are more easy to wear, not to wear, but to use. And because you don't wear it, it can last forever and ever. And it is not like clothes that have to fit specific measurements. So I think that the blankets, they are fantastic. What has happened? Okay, to fix and repair crochet is not something I do a lot. I hope I'll manage. I think that is about it for today from me. Now you will see what Janne has, and she has a lot of exciting things. She's the most creative, and she's the one who makes patterns. So now, Janne, it's your turn.
Hello and welcome to me. I have do a lot of things in Christmas, and I have done something after Christmas. I have been crochet a blanket for I think almost a half year. This is a heart blanket. I made this in squares, and I sewed them together. This pattern is it's on YouTube, and you find it all over the internet. It's corner to corner, and it's corner to corner heart. And you can crochet together, or you can sew it together. I sew it together, and not some special things to do with it together. Just sew it together. This is big. I have 6 hearts. 6, yeah. Yes, 6. And I have 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's big. And it's made in, the gray is in finull. Yes, finull, in 2 different colors of in gray. You see, I made like this, and this is Kauni. This is a Danish yarn, and this is finull from Rauma. And I haven't enough, so I make the heart in 2 colors, but I made it in the same color. You will see here I have purple, and I have I think I have yes, yellow and brown. So this is, I like this because I like to crochet blanket, and this is a big one, but I sew it together now on the new year. So I made 5 blankets last year, but this is not in this blanket. So this is one, and I made one in cheap, like that Merete gets to her birthday. And I have knitted more baker's twine, because I have so much left over in cotton, so I use it on this. 2, and once more. This is number 18 baker's twine, and I gave they away in Christmas present, and they love it because they are so thick. So I will make more, and I have to have some to myself. I haven't knitted to myself yet, but I will. That's what I've been doing. Finish. Yes, I have once more, but where did I? Oh, that's, oh, I have to see in the bottom here. No, I don't find them. I have them. Yes, there. Here they are. It's this. It's not mittens. It's called another thing. I don't remember it just now. But I made this. This is a leftover yarn from thin silk mohair from Sandnes, and finull from Rauma, together, all together, and I like them. It's a great, and they are like this. So they are hot, but I like them. But the thin silk mohair from Sandnes have wool inside, but kid silk from Drops don't have wool, only silk and mohair. They are, I like that yarn better, because this is like I won't buy that yarn anymore, because I don't like it. So but I have done lots of things. I haven't got so many projects just now because I have wrapped up something and I have not started on new things. So I'm been lekt crochet in Tunisian crochet. This have get some more squares, but not so many. But I'm doing a bit of that sometime. And I have started on one thing because one of my grandchild, he wants a balaclava, and this is from Drops, one pattern from Drops. It's in Drops Delight, and it's called something and winter. But if you look to balaclava children, you will find it. So the bottom is ready, so I will start. I get here, so it's not so long to finish, but it was almost time to do because it was hard to knit. It's lot of pearl. I don't like pearl. I like knit. That, and I am knitting a sweater from Lene Holme Samsø. She's a Danish designer, and this is Peacock Tea. I don't know if that is in Norwegian, no, in English, but it is in Norwegian. This I will try to get the dress from it because I have a lot of yarn. This is Alv from Hillesvåg, and I have so much yarn together. I don't have used half of it yet, so I think I will maybe get if I don't get a dress, it will be another when I can use something under. So I will try with Drops Kid Silk. This is a much better yarn than another yarn. This is not it's soft and it's good. I like that. So I have started with the sleeves here. So I am knitting and knitting and knitting. This is knitting when I'm looking at the television. I have low note, and I get a lot longer than last time because I have knitted the sleeves. They are finished. So, and I am knitting a bit in the body. You see, I have knit so much. I think it's 15 centimeters. So this is in thin line from Sandnes and in Kid Silk from Drops. It's not very much. So you find this pattern, you find on Ravelry in English. I think it's maybe only in English, because we in Norwegian, we are studying English in school. From no, they are doing from the first class, but when I get to school, we started on the third, because the third is the same as fourth, because they started when my younger child was 6, they started to get in school when they were 6, not 7. So it's the fourth But now they are first class. They are doing English. So we have very much English in our country. So this is I think it's pads to my husband's grandchild. She wants this to her in winter because she is cold. This is in Petter from Rauma. And this is my mother's old pattern. I have it back. I have written down what she has done with it. So I soon finish. I have 15 centimeters back, I think, and I hope that I will do that in this weekend. It's not fun to knit. I don't like it. Yes, but I will the next I will do a knitting machine because I hate to knit that. But I have more left over, and I am crochet Granny Ripple. I have to get the threads off of this. And this is leftover. I have some yarn. I don't like the color because that's not mine color. So I use that in the half, and I use leftover in the rest. So now I am crochet with red. I have used all my brown, so now I go to red. But with that, because I have much leftover, I want to crochet a new blanket in squares. So I made this. It looked like so there you see it. This is in corner to corner and in corner to corner filet. So, and I started a new one in green and lilac. And you see, if I don't have enough yarn, I will make stripes on it. So, but I have lots of leftover, you see. So I will make someone in this and someone in this. So I use all of the leftover. I have so much leftover, so I have to use it. So I hope maybe I can make 2 to 3 blankets with leftover. I have a lot of leftover. So what's more I am doing? I'm doing this also, but this is too small to the 8-year-old girl. So I will make this finish, but I think it's in 6 to 8 years. I think it's not, or 4 to 6. I haven't checked it yet, but I will finish it. I don't want to wrap it up. And I am doing some more here. I am doing more baker's twine. This time I have used Mandarin Classic from Sandnes and Pandora from Rauma. They are one thick and one thin, but I don't like them. This is 3 yarns in the same as Pandora. But this is 2, and I think it's thin. So I will not knit more of this, but I will use 2 of this thicker yarn together and 3 for the thinner. So I think I will do that because I don't like this. So, and I have started to knit a bit in my knitting machine because I have to use it. I have to use the machine more. So I have made a test and I am checking it out because I will knit a sweater to my husband, and that's a sweater from Rauma. It's called Varde sweater, and it's lots of dark blue in the bottom, all in the sleeves and the body, and it's almost pattern up here. So because I will knit that on machine, the blue, dark blue. So I have tried with another yarn of this is Finul, and the sweater is in Finul. So I will do that. And I think I will made to wool to my grandchild or other, and I will knit that on machine. So I have tested one yarn. This is Rubin from Sparkjøp. It's thinner than Charisma, bit of thinner. It's harder to, it's twin harder together. So I have tested, and I will make the trousers in that on my knitting machine, not in hand knitting. So, and I sew them together with my machine. I'm not doing that for her in my hand. So I think that was all from me this day. Yeah, I think so. So I will knit and crochet, and I will sew the next time. I haven't sewed anything this new year, but it will be. Bye.
Thank you, Janne. It's always very exciting to see what you have to show us. I want to just say thank you for today. Thank you for watching, and please write comments. That is very nice to read and to see that you are out there. We have an Instagram account called Countryside Knitting. I don't post a lot because I feel every time it's double from what I do in my own name. And if you want to see what our names are in Instagram, Ravelry and so on, it is all in the show notes, so just take a look there. We have coffee if you want to support us like one time. We also have Patreon, and I have made 22 bonus shorts, some a little bit longer bonus episodes kind of for the patrons, and everything that of that will be available if you are a patron. So if you want to consider to be a patron, we will really thank you. And for those of you who are patrons, thank you very much. It is something I did because of the corona. We don't have much tourists, and we had a knitting retreat kind of weekend in the fall, but now I don't know what the summer will be, because now the COVID Omicron is everywhere, so it's kind of a bad times. So thank you so much for your support, and this channel is free, and it will always be. So this was all from us today, and I hope that the storm and the bad weather will be gone soon, and the daylight will come back so that you can actually see what we are showing. So bye bye and stay safe.